Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you recall from the last video on this bike, or maybe you didn't see it, I picked up this 1991 Honda CR80 back in the springtime for only a few $100. I wasn't looking on the market at all for a bike like this, but I came across the idle marketplace, and for being a classic two-stroke bike that seemed fairly complete, I just couldn't turn the bike down for the price that the lady was asking. So anyways, I went out there the next day, picked it up, and it turns out it came with the ownership too. And for a second owner bike, original owner was a female, and I bought it off the lady herself. And she sort of asked that I make a promise that I keep it as a lady bike. So I thought this is a good opportunity to fix up a bike and give to my wife to learn to ride on. My wife has made it very clear that she much prefer to ride quads than dirt bikes, but she's previously ridden my Honda CR125 that she did okay on, aside from starting and stopping and the fact that it was just too tall for her. And anytime she slowed down, she tipped over and really struggled to get it back up and started. So I thought this bike here is a perfect size for her. I was thinking power should be okay, but if you stay tuned to the end, you'll see she gets the opportunity to finally take it for a ride, but the power is a little more than she's capable of handling, which I don't blame her because the bike is an absolute animal. As embarrassing as to say that, being that it's only an 80cc bike. So once I got the bike home, I started by piecing it back together. The engine was in a crate, said to have been rebuilt about 20 years ago and never put back in. At that point, the bike's been just in storage since then, collecting dust, rusting out, and being neglected. The engine does look like it was rebuilt. The piston had 0 scoring marks on it, so that was a good sign. I put that in, cleaned the carburetor, cleaned the reeds, put that back on, and squirted some gas in, and sure enough, she fired right up. But unfortunately, the exhaust expansion chamber got completely rotten out from sitting in the barn so long, to the point that I could not fix it, and also could not find a stock or aftermarket replacement for this bike at all. So I had to go for a 1996 and newer CR80 expansion chamber that I found for a good price, brand new, which I thought would fit. Turns out it didn't quite fit. So what I had to do was take a slice in it, rotate it a little bit, take weld back together, cut the bracket off, same thing, weld that on in place, and it fit on quite good in my opinion, and seems to work quite well. And then it turns out the swing arm pivot bolt was missing, and probably in the lady's barn someplace, but I wasn't going to go back and ask her to look around, so I searched online everywhere. Can't buy them anywhere in the world from what I can find anymore. So I went and got a 9/16 rod. I took that down the lathe to fit through the new bushings, and then threaded both ends with a M14 nut, and works just like it should. Aside from that, the bike was fairly complete. I had to buy a few new parts, including brake pads and chain and stuff like that, but I would have liked to replace the plastics. There's a couple with small cracks or spots that are a little marked up, but it appears you can't find them either for this bike. 96 and older just don't cease to exist anymore for aftermarket replacements. So I did my best to polish those up. I got new graphics cut. Seat cover left as is, even though there's a little mark on it. And then the frame, I sandblasted, painted, same with the swing arm, and everything else was cleaned and polished up. Not to look new or nothing, but to look as good as it should for a bike that my wife's going to learn to ride on. So all that took a few months to tinker away at slowly, put back together, new tires, and bike looks pretty good now. Well, first ride here with the bike all complete, just to test out and make sure she runs and goes to the gears okay. And then of course the two oldest kids wanted to go for a ride on it, so I had to take them for a little scoot around the local field. field here. Joanna's first try on her dirt bike. Let's hope it doesn't break a leg. Might have to get you a 4-stroke instead. Not a good place to stall.
Not really, eh?
Good thing that track's not busy. Nice wheelie by the way.
Yeah, at least I held on to it.
You did, good job.
Alright. Try this. Again.